Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm in Singapore at the moment. I've got Hendy and Nicholas with me, who are two jet ski fishermen from Singapore, and I thought it was quite interesting to have a chat to them about what got them into jet ski fishing and what sort of skis they ride, and also what it's like actually fishing around Singapore. So, Nicholas, first to you. What got you into jet ski fishing?
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Paul. Glad you reached out to us. We're always happy to speak to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good to show you around Singapore as well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
what got us into fishing, on the jet ski specifically, it was for me. It was during the COVID lockdown period. I was watching a lot of YouTube and chanced upon some videos on people fishing on a jet ski. So it's like, wow, really interesting. So I tried to look around on how I can get started in Singapore, where to buy and things like that. Yeah. And I only got my jet ski a month ago. So it was a long 18 months wait since 2020. Yeah, so hopefully I get to, I am watching a lot of your videos, and I'm picking up things from there as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hendy, what got you into it? Nicholas forced you to buy a jet ski, or are you going to do that anyway?
I was actually was kayak fishing for about maybe 2.5 years before I got my jet ski. So I was fishing around here with a kayak, and then I happened to come across the Sea-Doo dealership that is here. And since Sea-Doo had a setup that is meant for fishing, and then there was some kind of promotion going around. It was actually your promotion. So I did sign up for a trial package, and then I used it, and then like, wow, this is much better than a boat. It's definitely much better than a kayak. It has all the pluses that a kayak has, plus the boat. So then I did some trial, and then this is definitely the way to go if you want to do fishing.
Yeah.
And, much less hassle compared to owning a boat.
So I guess a lot of people get into jet ski fishing because a boat is a hassle.
Yes.
But I understand here in Singapore it's not that easy because there's no boat ramps. So what's the story there?
Yeah, so in Singapore, most of us live in apartments. Even those who own houses, they can't have a trailer and then tow it behind their car.
Right.
Yeah, so if you own a boat or a jet ski, you have to berth it at the marina. Yeah, and that's the only place.
You pay marina fees. And
that's right. Yeah, monthly berthing fees.
That's
Membership
fees, and that
adds to the cost.
I mean, it's beautiful here, but yeah, I guess there's a cost associated with all that.
And we are right here at the 1 degree 15 marina in Sentosa. So this is where our Sea-Doo jet skis are berthed, and you can see that the fish pros, all of us, we have an additional cover that we put on, so it's a bit more reflective from the sun because it's really hot here. And just for some additional storage, we have like a cooler box, another spare cooler box, and then we keep it covered from the sun and the rain. It gives us a bit more storage, keep some stuff here on the docks. Yep. And there are other jet skis as well. There are Sparks, and there's a fleet of rental jet skis all the way at the back. You can see white and green. Yeah, those are the jet skis that the Sea-Doo dealer is renting out down here in Singapore.
Yeah, and so I noticed that you've got Sea-Doo trophy units. So you both got those.
Yep.
What sort of decision did you make to take that model?
Yeah. So when I placed my order 18 months ago, there was this long delay. I'm sure some people watching, you still have your delays and you're still waiting for your craft, but yeah, eventually you get it and you will enjoy them. For me, I had the chance, when the unit, I was told that the unit would arrive in Singapore, I was given the opportunity to top up for a trophy. Yeah, so I was pretty excited. So that's how I ended up with a trophy unit.
Also, likewise?
So yeah, I also placed, actually I've been asking to place an order since 2020, but the dealer wasn't sure that when the stock is going to be available, so then I was able to place a deposit and a formal order in around midway 2021, and I got my ski the same time as Nick did. And yeah, I was too given an option to top up for the trophy model.
Right, I see.
And looking at the specifics and all the latest technology, that's
you got to have that. You got to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what we didn't know was that there was a difference between the North American model and the international model.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, the distributor and dealer here didn't even see a trophy before as well. So when we weren't presented that the difference. Yeah. So when it came, we were like, "Where's the seat? Where's the swivel seat?" Yeah.
That's what's missing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's missing.
So our unit supposedly is is the first batch of trophy that came to Singapore, or even I think they also said maybe even Australia as well. So the regional distributor also didn't know the difference between well, they claim they didn't know the difference between the American model and the international model.
I did hear there's actually some in our country. There's some regulations against using the seat.
Good boy. Clever boy. Come,
take it a biggie.
Big so, sit. Not for you. Not for you.
And fishing around here, then, you know, what's the fishing like in the Singapore waters?
I've been watching your videos, and I can say I'm very jealous of the fishing condition between Singapore and basically everywhere else. So fishing in Singapore is challenging. The water is overfished. It doesn't have a lot of coastline, but we have a lot of anglers. So the density of anglers per coastline is quite low.
And is there like fishing regulations about size limits and bag limits?
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have them. So you know, preservation, that's all in our minds right now, right? Like trying to keep the fish stocks there, you know, plentiful for us and the future generations. Yeah. So far there's no law and regulations about the size and species limit. So I hope that gets introduced.
And speaking about species, what do you catch? What fish can you catch in the local area? Hendy?
There is the #1 Singapore national fish, which is every angler in Singapore know and have caught so many of them. It's called the chocolate hind grouper. They're usually like the biggest they get is probably like this big, but they are so greedy they would eat a bait, a jig, a lure that is almost the same size as them. So I normally fish with the paddle tail like anywhere like this big, with a jerk shad like this big. The chocolate hind groupers that I catch is like
same size.
Maybe the lure is this big, the chocolate hind is this big, so it's almost the same size.
Then you mentioned lures, so you're using lures as well as bait.
Yeah, so bait wise, I only use most of the time is the cut squid, which I get from the supermarket here. I'm too lazy to get a live bait, but Nick, what do you use?
For me, I would try to get live prawn or live shrimp. Yeah, and use micro jigs as well, like 10 to 20 grams.
Fair enough, yeah. And the depths of waters, you know, around Singapore itself, what sort of depths do you see?
So I think based on the experience, you know, from previously chartering boats, usually the best spots that the boatman brings us are shallower. They're like between 15 to 20 meters. Sometimes they go shallower even, like, you know, under 10. So that's why, you know, for me, when I first got my ski, I'm trying to explore depths around there, no deeper than 20, and I could even try to go as shallow as like 2 to 3 meters.
Right, okay. Yeah. Look, today's a typical Singapore day when I come here this time of year. It's always pretty much the same, like 30, 35 degrees, very humid, although it's cooling down beautifully now. You know, it's just perfect for a cold beer. How do you keep out of the elements when you're out fishing here?
We have a group of in the community that we have. It's very small. We probably have about like 10 to 12 of us.
Yep.
So we're all berthed here at the marina or around in Sentosa. Yeah. So some of them, they swear by having a large straw hat. Yeah, which keeps them cool. Yeah. And for me, what I'm experimenting and trying to set up is like a kind of like a bimini top. Yeah, which I've tried to use a single kayak cover. Yeah, so basically I have this cover that gives like the passengers, you know, a bit of a respite, especially during the the afternoon sun. And I've used it once. I find it works really good.
In Singapore, is there any specialist fishing shops for jet ski fishing? Yeah.
Not for jet ski fishing. I mean, we do have a lot of tackle shops.
A lot of tackle shops?
Yeah, many tackle shops here, selling like rods, reels, and different brands, carrying like everything, Japanese handmade rods, things like that. Yeah. So, but nothing that's specific, for jet ski fishing. But if you do go to one of the tackle shops, you know, and you mentioned that I want to use it for jet ski fishing. I think it's not something that is new to them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, they do know that. Yeah, this is starting to pick up this spot here in Singapore.
Yeah, so there's probably present count of under 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Sea-Doo dealers in the marina here, they sell a lot of the Sea-Doo brand equipments, and I think other brands as well. So for jet ski fishing equipments, accessories, you can probably buy it from the dealer.
Okay. So nice and tight around there. That comes under the front like a lip. There you have it. And then you tighten up the bungee cord. It's hard to see from that side, but there you go. It's not going to come off. The reason I started selling jet ski accessories was that I just couldn't get some things because it's a bit of a sport that's in its infancy. And the reason I met you guys is that you bought some gear off me, and that's why we're here. I guess I thought it'd be quite interesting to figure out what you're doing, fishing around Singapore. You know, having come here for many years myself for work, and seeing the the beautiful waterways when I'm landing. You know, I do see a lot of boats out here, but for your wharfs, it always sort of intrigued me what would be going on in the water here. And then speaking of boats, look, just looking around here, there's thousands of, well, not thousands, but maybe hundreds of container ships parked out here. Have you ever tried fishing around those?
Yeah, I used to go on quite a famous boat fishing charter here that go for fishing for groupers around the big ships. The theory is that the anchor on those ships is so big that whenever they drop it, it creates a crater on the bottom of the sea, and then when they pull it out, the craters attracts groupers
to sit in.
To live, to live there. So they would target the anchor line near the big ships.
Oh,
yeah. And it is a known grouper fishing charter in Singapore.
There you go. That's something that you could be trying on the skis, I guess. But as you said, I guess finding that hole is the technique. You need to get your sounder dialed in, and I guess it's only like 30-40 meters deep out there. Doesn't look that deep.
Yeah, it's about 30 meters.
Maximum probably 30 around there.
30 meters, so you should be able to see a bit of a impression. Yeah, and some fish hanging around maybe. The water quality is a little bit murky here, or is it okay?
It's usually murky around here.
Yeah,
and then now it's especially murky because some tide change just brings in all the garbage from somewhere.
Some local, yeah. So where we are, Singapore,
Singapore,
just for people who aren't aware, that literally 10 kilometres to my south here is Indonesia. We can see the buildings on, is it Bintan Island?
It's Bintan. That one is Batam.
Batam.
But
Island.
Next to it is Bintan.
Next to it is Bintan. And then to the north of Singapore, of course, is Malaysia. So quite a large population, a large country. So we're sitting right in between two. And yet, you can't go there on the jet ski, I heard too. Why is that? What's the story there?
Even some boats are not allowed to go, to the other side without having the immigration clearance. For boats, right, you have to have a cabin before you can actually cross over. Yeah, so jet skis even, no cabin.
Yeah. So the cabin thing seems like one of those silly laws that says, hey, if I got a cabin, then it's a bit safer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, fair enough. And is there any marine parks where you can't fish, or is it more military or security reasons that you're not allowed to fish here?
There's a marine park just behind that island right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Sisters Islands, and then they actually placed structures, man-made structures to attract fish and conserve fish.
Okay.
They placed, I think, was it 8 or 6 of a structure the size of a 6-story building.
Wow.
In a shape of a concrete block, in a shape of like a pyramid.
Right. So maybe that will actually attract some more fish in the area, and they are doing something for the preservation then in that case. All right, guys. Well, look, appreciate this quick chat, and thank you for the beer too, by the way. I'm enjoying that in this beautiful weather, and thanks for. Oh, thanks.
Calm down.
It's Sunday afternoon. Okay. People out walking their dogs. Yeah, thank you again, and thank you for the little chat and hospitality this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Welcome to Singapore.
Thank you.
If anyone watching, if you want to see us take Paul out, in future trips, click a like.